The second piece, I would say, we're talking chronological, would be more like 1966 when Sgt. Pepper came out. And before Sgt. Pepper, Beatles were just another pop band. Nothing to me. I was a jazz musician, and as a jazz musician, it's somewhat elitist because it's very difficult to play jazz. You have to really work hard. You have to love it passionately, and which I did and I do to this day. And so jazz musicians traditionally look down their nose at the pop bands because it's nothing. The music is nothing. But in 1966 or whatever time this album came out, Sgt. Pepper, I realized we were all in the same boat because they were searching for answers really to existential questions, questions of being. Who am I? Who are we? What are we doing? What is this thing people call God? What is this thing people call religion? What is faith? What is the meaning of life? Where have I come from and where am I going? And why? What is the meaning of this unbelievable universe that we live in? This gigantic thing, this incomprehensible where we live. All these questions of existence, they were very important at this period, young period, and especially with that everybody was dropping acid or mushrooms or whatever. And by 1966, the UK and the US, we were all tripping. It was psychedelic, mind-expanding drugs. But of course, by 1968, I stopped taking anything, these mind-expanding drugs, because I wanted to find altered state of consciousness without anything. Which is when I began yoga and meditation, and continues to this day, 40 years later. But this is a tune from the Beatles called A Day in the Life. And when I heard this album, I became an instant fan because the music is very good. Okay, it's more simplistic, but even so, the way they did it, and the lyrics to the songs, they were searching as much as I was at this time, and so I felt very close to them. Subsequently, I got to meet several of them, but at this point in 1966, I felt very happy to have found this connection to this music, because even though I was a jazz musician, I made my living playing rhythm and blues, because rhythm and blues was popular, it's popular today, but it's easier to understand, it's easier to dance to than jazz in a way. But rhythm and blues is part of jazz also. You cannot take the rhythm and blues out of jazz or blues. There's nothing left. I felt very happy about this connection and about this particular song, because it's in a way it's a trippy song. I'm not talking about Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, which of course is a direct reference to LSD. But A Day in the Life, it's such a great song and had such an impact on me. So this is why I chose it.
I read the news today, oh boy, about a lucky man who made the grade. And though the news was rather sad.
What's so special about A Day in the Life?
The song itself, the lyrics, they appeal directly to you. They're not just baby, baby, I love you, if I don't see you soon I'm gonna die. You know, I mean, lyrics that were poetic and that had depth. And that this was the great thing about the Beatles, from the point there where we were all in this boat looking for answers to these existential questions. Their songs became more and more profound. The lyrics became more and more poetic, and I was a fan then. I'm a fan still today, because of that. Because their songs are meaningful. I relate to them. You know, and whether they would relate to me, I don't know. But it doesn't matter. I don't care. Anyway, you know, George is gone, John's gone, So, and the Beatles as a group, it doesn't exist anymore, but it exists inside my heart and memory. And so this song particularly, I had to isolate.